Hi YouTube. About right now, this should be one of those things going, take 44! I've been trying to do this video for a week, and for different reasons, from where I am, what's going on in my life, how much I have to talk about over the last 3 weeks, I've just not been able to do it. So I'm going to try it today. This is not my apartment. I'm sitting in my new girlfriend's apartment. And yeah, I guess if you look at me from December to now, you'll probably say, you little, whatever. Um, but I'm in Alabama right now, and I'm in Alabama for reasons that I'm not going to go into, but I am very happy where I am right now. I am probably going to be home at the beginning of next week because I have to be back in Georgia for my name change on Monday. So what's going on with my life is rather simple. A lot. I've been through a lot of things over the past few weeks. I've had my 1-year anniversary on hormones, which, let me tell you, isn't as big as everybody makes it out to be. It's just another day. But when I contrast my first year, my first day, when I got that hormone letter, when I contrast that person with the person I am now, I'm not totally different. Just in different places, both emotionally and in my life path. I found that a lot of my arrogance and my attitude have waned away. But I now have an open mind for things that are going on. A year ago, I was apprehensive and I wasn't happy with who I am. And now, I found true happiness in who I am probably about March, April. It was when I finally accepted me for being what I am, who I am. And from that point forward, I think things in my head were in such a place that I was able to start moving forward emotionally and, well, with everything else in my life. So I'm happy, and that's a good thing. As far as my PreOp Physical goes, I walked in apprehensive and not knowing a few things, and walked out apprehensive and knowing a lot more things. I'm excited. I'm very excited. I'm going to have this surgery. But there's more to think about now. It's like, what procedure? He threw at me a colon graft. Do you want to do that? And I kind of said yes, which means I have to go for a colonoscopy in 2 weeks. And that's not so bad from what I understand. In 4 years, I'd have to go for one anyway. But I have to go for a colonoscopy, and then a visit with my doctor to fill out some forms, and then I'm all set. The truth is, my surgery might not be 67 days away. It might be 35. And like before, I'm not scared. I'm kind of like anxious. I just want to be who I am. And that's it. So, if you look up the colon graft procedure and you have any comments about it, you can leave them down there in the comments section when time comes. I'm not going to talk too deeply about it because this is a personal decision that I've got to make, and I'm going to make it based on quite a few things. I love my doctor. I do. He's taken time. He has patience, and I don't mean that as a pun. He's concise and clear and compassionate towards the questions that I have. And I find that to be good qualities because this is the most important thing that I'm going to do to myself yet. And I'm very comfortable with my decision now. So basically, I'm happy. So that rolls us into last weekend, which was Be-All. Alright, so a lot of my transition actually started at SCC. I'm not saying that that wasn't a decision or anything, but that's when my ex-wife found out. And that was September 8th through 11th of last year. And my ex found out about me being transgender then. And, she took the kids away from me and we worked that out. And today we have this understanding that we're both parents and I get to see my children and she doesn't have to accept me. Which I understand. And, I do miss her as a friend very deeply. But everybody has their own mind, has their own belief. And you just can't change that sometimes. You just can't change it. So I walked into Be-All, which is this new, this Chicago-based one. It was totally different. SEC seemed more diverse to me in age and in type of person in the community. It seemed to me like there were 30, 40, 50, 60-year-old transgender people, and even a few 20-year-olds at, I should say at SEC. At Be-All, it seemed to be mostly cross-dressers and mostly 40 plus with some 30 and 20s there. I'm sorry, I'm not 30 or 20, and those of you that thought I was, I'm sorry, but I'm in my mid to late 40s now. But it seems that a place that's much more trans accepting, and I could tell you that because I've been out both in Chicago and in Atlanta, and Atlanta itself is very accepting, but the surrounding counties haven't been. In fact, I've been better accepted here in the surrounding county of Birmingham than I am back home at times. But it seems that you would have a more diverse group and more people, but there were far less. And it started me and my friend Sarah thinking, are these events actually over because people our age are always constantly looking to fit in, constantly looking for the answer, how did I get here, and constantly looking for people like us. Whereas young folk, I don't know if they do that. From what I see, the young folks say, this is what I am, and they're out the door. And of course, that's a perception. I'm sure that's not a reality. But the question is, in order for these events to go on, which I enjoy, if I didn't go to SEC, if it didn't exist last year, Sarah, who lives in Chicago, now Allie, who is my girlfriend, who lives here in Birmingham, are people I would have never met. So there has to be a way to take these conferences that have a very diverse set of people in them and to make them more attractive to the younger folk that are going through this. And I don't have that answer. Because when I look at the demographic of the people that watch my videos, it's 35 plus. And of course, why would a 40 plus year old transgender person attract a 20 plus year old person to watching it? And that's true. I have different life events along my pathway here than they do. So outside of just living vicariously through what I'm doing, it really doesn't relate to what they're doing. So that was a very big deal, and I've been trying to work that out in my head, because if this event was good for me, it's got to be good for others too. And the last thing, I talk about how happy I was. And, I've had my trips in romance over the last 6 months, both in things that have happened to me and things I've done to people, because you really go into things thinking, wow, this could work, or whatever. But I truly got to a point where I was able to look at myself in the mirror and actually love myself, which I haven't done in the past. And that feeling opened up something inside me that allowed somebody else to come into it. And I know you can go back and look at the video that I used to leave titled, I'm Getting Married, and say I had that same feeling then. And I'm not going to detract from what feeling that was. This is just different. I'm happy. So where am I headed? Somewhere between 35 and 62, 63 days, I'll be having my surgery. And that does not complete me. Surgery just makes my body congruent with what my mind thinks. My surgery will make me happy because I want to have a vagina. It's not going to make me happy and solve all the problems in the world because it can. In reality, it has nothing that it can do except for make me look in the mirror and see the person that I want to be. Kind of like that first pill that I took, which turned into injections, did not change me. But the constant accumulation of the what it was doing did. I guess that wasn't such a good deal, a good analogy. So I'm happy. I'm happy with where I'm going. So the next couple of weeks hold a lot of things in them. Name change is Monday. Please root me on. I want my name changed. If you're in other parts of the country, you walk in and out and you get it. Where I am in Cherokee County, Georgia, I don't expect it this time. I did the last time. I have to go in, stand before a judge, and pray that he is more accepting than the last judge. And after that, I have 2 doctor's appointments next week and a colonoscopy the week after. When those things are done, I'm clear and I'm ready for GRS. I intend to do my videos right up until my day of GRS. I wanted to get more and more videos going between now and then. That's never going to happen. I'm sorry. I'm probably going to still do 1 a week. But when GRS happens, I'm probably going to do what Samantha Zero did and try to do 1, 3, 5, 7 days after. Hopefully Sarah will know. Sarah, my best friend, hey, love you. Hopefully Sarah will know how to make that happen. And I'm going to leave it at that. I don't want to make a 15-minute video. I love you all. Thank you for your continued viewing. Thank you for signing up and subscribing and being my friend on YouTube. You all have a great day. It's good to talk. Goodbye.